right. Well, hey there. Welcome to another Spillane SpartaCast. I am your Director of Instruction, Steve Miller. With me, as always, the always stylish
Texan Day, Jamie Brotemarkle, your principal.
Texan Day, Jamie Brotemarkle. Gotta dig it. How you doing, Miss Brotemarkle?
I'm great. How are you?
I have no complaints. It's been a wonderful but extremely busy week.
It has. It definitely feels like it's the beginning of spring already.
It does. You know, it's funny. It's like, I feel like January is the longest year.
Right.
But then February, I blink and we're done.
It's over. Well,
February's over.
It is only 28 days or 29.
Yeah, well, still, tomorrow's March.
I know.
It's my favorite month of the year.
Well, it's your birth month. I bet it is.
So it's very exciting. But hey, so welcome to the podcast. We digress a little bit, but there's always so much fun and so much happening here at Spillane. So we're just going to get right into it. Couple recaps, and then just go from there. Does that sound good?
Sure, yeah.
All right.
That
so,
sounds good.
Hey, basketball. What a season.
It was a great season.
Wasn't it fun?
Yeah, we have some really amazing athletes.
Yeah, you want to hear an interesting stat?
Sure.
All the girls' teams this year finished with the exact same record.
I don't know that they've ever done that before.
Yeah, 4 teams. They all went 5-3 this year. They had a good season. I got a big shout out. I'm just gonna do the applause here. Let's see if I can get it right. Yeah, girls basketball.
Yes.
Direct from Coach K and Coach Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You're good.
She said big congratulations. It was a tough but challenging season against our zone. Because I don't know if y'all know this. If you'd been tracking basketball at all, our zone.
It's a tough one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sprague and Salyard, so good this year. But they are so proud of you Spartans. And we are too. Like I said, finished 5-3, all the teams, and both 7th and 8th grade A teams, they won their tournament bracket championships. So that's great. And then 8th grade B also won their consolation bracket championship as well. So amazing jobs to our Lady Spartans. What a season.
Yeah. And then our boys, our 7th grade B team actually won a share of the zone championship and got 3rd place in our district tournament.
Well done.
Yeah.
That sounded kind of lame right there. That was like bad applause. Let me try this again.
There you go. That's better. No?
Yeah, pretty good. Maybe we'll do this.
There.
That's
what you're looking
so much better because zone championship, and again, our zone is so competitive, so it's just good to see.
And then our 8B team got 2nd place in the district tournament. And then 8A won 1st place, which is huge in the district
We're
tournament.
gonna do this one more time for them as well. So it's just
they did great. It was a great season.
Basketball was awesome.
And basketball is kind of sad because it goes so fast.
Yeah, again, it's just kind of like spring semester. Everything, once it gets rolling, it's like, boom, you're done. I feel like I was honestly a little shocked. Basketball was already over. I was like, is that it? Are you sure? Because it seems like football lasts a long time.
Yeah, it does. Football goes on. Maybe it might be because it's hot. And
Maybe. I don't know. Either or.
So we also have UIL season starting up. So I know today our orchestra sub and non-varsity have their pre-UIL today and tomorrow.
Orchestra and band. In fact, I was actually just down in the band room, and they were going over everything. Like, this is their Super Bowl, right? And they're talking about, how they need to dress, how they need to act, how they need to look. And it's a fun process to watch them go through. If you have never been to a Fine Arts UIL competition, highly encourage you to go. Your kid doesn't have to be in any of the UIL events for you to go to the VPAC and watch them perform. But it's also interesting, choir, orchestra, and band, they all do it a little bit differently.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So,
so our boys choir have their official UIL this Monday. They're very excited about that, and that is at the VPAC.
Yep. And then our concert treble, that's our Juniversity ladies. They are Tuesday, also at the VPAC. And then our varsity girls.
Yeah, skip a day. They're Thursday.
Yeah, so Thursday at the VPAC. And again, I would encourage you, especially if you've never been to the VPAC before.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the sound in there is so good.
It's gorgeous. It's like going to the Hobby Center. And it's very interesting because if you can I just explain it to him a little bit, because UIL gets me really excited.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it's
go
really
for it.
fun to watch their performances because they have been working all year towards this, and these are very complicated pieces, like high school level pieces for our varsity competitors, right? And band, they'll have songs that they'll perform in all of our people playing. They have songs that they've been practicing that they perform on stage
And that's
for the audience.
all three, band, orchestra,
All
and
three.
choir.
And it's just gorgeous, like going to a regular concert. Like this is your one chance to go see a free concert and watch middle schoolers who sound like high schoolers perform. And then they have what's called sight reading. And sight reading is where it really gets interesting because in choir, they actually don't use words.
And that's hard to explain if you haven't seen it.
If you're watching on YouTube, because obviously this podcast, we also post all of our podcasts on YouTube, so you can see a visual. If you want to see how stylish Miss Brokemarkle is today in her country garb, tune into the YouTube page. But if you're like watching right now, you can see me making basically hand signs. They have hand gestures for do, re, mi, fa, so, and they just say everything in do, and it's almost what am I trying to say? Like a chant.
Yeah, that's probably
like
a
a
good
methodical
way of
chant. And sight reading is really more about how well have they learned to actually read the music. And if you've ever been involved in that, reading the music is not easy.
No, it's not easy at all. And what's really crazy is no one has seen the music. So the teacher hasn't seen it. None of the students have seen it. And then in band and orchestra, they actually do perform the music.
A full piece.
With their instruments.
And then after they look at the music, they play it through one time, and then they have like a minute or two to make any adjustments on the fly, and then they get to perform it a second time. And then they get a final rating, and if they get it's scored 1 through 5, and a 1 is the highest rating they can get. And each year we have been blessed with so many ones. I don't want to jinx it,
yeah.
But we always look for straight ones. When we get straight ones, we call that a sweepstakes.
Yeah.
So that is every fine art teacher's goal is to get a sweepstakes.
I mean, I'm sure the teachers wouldn't like to hear this, but it is fun to see the stress just because they get, 7 or 8 minutes to teach the students the piece of music. And that's tight, to actually run through the whole thing and fine tune it.
And honestly, sight reading is as much about how good a job the teacher does as well as the kids do, because it's the teacher who helps them learn and understand how to read the music. So if you can always tell when you're looking at sight reading, if the teacher hasn't prepped them well enough, that's when the marks get lower. So that's the true judge of how well our fine art teachers are. And they are the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like giant congrats already in place for them, because no matter how well they do, it's really always incredible. So again, it's free. You've got it all next week for UIL, actual UIL competition for choir. Orchestra and band will come in late March, so post spring break. But like I said,
but if you do have the time, especially if you have a child in one of those performance groups, it would be worth the time to go see.
Especially if you've seen it before, you know how amazing it is. Go out there and check it out. If you've never seen it before, again, highly, highly encourage you to go see it, because like I say, it's their Super Bowl, and it always makes it more special when they can see a lot of people supporting our Spartans in the audience.
Yes.
So, and to go to a place that looks like the Hobby Center.
Yeah, we can't wait. It's one of the things, like a highlight of the year that we look forward to.
Yeah, so obviously you can tell we enjoy it. But I digress. Sorry, I just want to talk a little bit more about that, because some people may not know about.
And we did talk before we started this. We just wanted to kind of give you guys a couple of just things to talk with your students. One, we have a huge amount of lost and found items that we have out across the stage right now. And we do have Goodwill coming on Wednesday to pick all of that up.
This is a process we do every year.
If you have a child who has been missing a jacket or sweatshirt, or oddly enough, they're 2 single white shoes that are the same foot on the stage. So just if you happen to have a child who's had random things missing, I actually had a kid
Is that this one?
Yeah. there's all sorts of
That's the
things.
most middle school child thing I've ever heard. If you're a parent of a middle schooler, you know this, right? How do you lose one shoe?
You just do. You just do. So, but then we also just wanted to ask you all just a favor. It's a time of year, but this is that time of year where, I think the kids are just ready for spring break and
Starting
the
to get a little
hallway's
warmer.
getting a little loud, and we
nice.
really could use your help to just remind your student, don't be the one that ends up in lunch DMC because they threw food in the dining hall or whatever the case
Or
may
they
be.
wanted to hang out in the hallway a little bit longer and they end up getting tardy to class.
Yeah, those things.
Just that good, I think, we call that term spring fever.
It is spring fever,
right?
yeah, and it's happened.
It's natural. We get it. But like I say, we do always appreciate your support in helping us keep that constant mission of they're here for school first.
Yeah, please.
So we just really appreciate that. We want them to have fun. We want them to enjoy their experience here, but not at the cost of everybody else.
No.
So for sure. And right now, and I've said this before, and I will keep saying it as your director of instruction, there is so much instruction that's happening right now. It's the final push to get them all the curriculum, all the TEKs that they need so they can be successful, not only just for testing purposes, but so they're successful to move on to the next grade because everything layers. So that moment in the seat, their research just shows there is no substitute for your child being in that seat, getting that first-time instruction. Yeah. So we just appreciate that. We appreciate your efforts into that. I think hopefully, again, knock on wood, I hope we're past most of the flu season.
I hope so. It seems like we did have a tiny dip in attendance, and then it seems like it's gone back up, and we could really use your help with Fridays. I don't know what the deal is with Fridays, but
we get it. Everybody wants a 3-day weekend, but please keep them in class.
We need the kids here, yeah.
So, but I think that's really it with the podcast today.
No, thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, and we just appreciate, again, your support because it's, as always, this takes a village.
Yes.
So, and we could not do it without all of y'all. So we appreciate you. We will we'll catch you again on the next podcast. Will be post-spring break. And by then, we'll be talking track.
Yes, we will. First meets in March.
All the fun track. We'll be giving you the UIL results, which is cool. We'll be gearing up for orchestra. We've got testing seasons going. We've got track going.
Yep. The fun run is at the end of March, and the information on how to sign up for that. We could use some more Spartans.
Yep.
And if you don't want to go, you can do the $10 sleep-in pass.
Do a sleep-in pass. Very convenient.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we'll blink and it'll be award season
so
in May
soon.
and 8th grade dance and all that kind of fun stuff that's coming up. But right now, we just want to get to spring break, right?
Yes, 5 days. We got this.
We got this. So
have a great weekend,
all right,
everyone.
with that, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.